Hey team, I'm here with the digital instrument cluster for the Jeep Wrangler JK and JKU. Here's what it looks like whenever you open the door. And here's what it looks like when we turn the vehicle on. So it's fully booted up at that point. And I'm going to take you guys through some of the menus here. I'm able to control mine with the buttons here in the steering wheel. I did not have these buttons originally. I retrofitted these buttons from a Jeep Wrangler Sahara because mine's just a regular Sport. So I just had, I think there's just 2 buttons or maybe 3, I don't remember exactly. But that being said, these buttons have been retrofitted and they are plug and play as well. So I'm going to hit menu. Oh, that's not it. Maybe it's this one. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to hit the VR button here. And the VR button brings up this menu. And with the menu button and the arrows here, you can kind of navigate around. Let's see if I can't zoom in so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. It goes away after a while. So let's bring this bad boy back up. Let's start with style. Oh no, it goes beyond that. Okay, it's been a while since I've been in here. Okay, assistant. Assistant just shows steering angle, and that's it, just steering angle. Okay, good to know. So if I click OK, then it shows me the steering angle. Right now, of course, my steering angle doesn't exist, but if I turn it to the left, you can see it changes the degrees. 12 degrees, and then back to R. Or not 12 degrees, I'm sorry, I think that was originally something else. But anyway, you guys get the idea here. Coming back out, let's go to return. And the next menu that we've got is trip. So inside trip, you've got real-time info. And underneath that, we've got trip info. Startup. This just shows how long you've had the vehicle on in the duration section, how many miles you've traveled, which of course, as you guys know, I haven't traveled any since I'm showing you guys the menu here. Let's go back out and let's go to refueling. That's way wrong, as you can tell. The average speed says that I've been traveling at 173.4 miles an hour. Yeah, that's not right. So this guy is clearly not the most accurate. Eco info to me is an absolutely worthless menu. I don't know why anybody would be in here, but I think that they light up green whenever you're being eco-friendly and you're not really on the gas pedal or the fuel pedal. So out of trip, let's go to terrain. Terrain's going to change the entire menu here. Currently I'm in city. Something I do want to point out, that's a Jeep Wrangler JL. That's not a JKU. So yeah, food for thought. This is unfortunately not a Jeep Wrangler JK. You can change that to show different vehicles, but unfortunately a Jeep Wrangler JK or JKU is not one of the options. Let's go to sand, and it doesn't change a whole lot. If we go to the rock, changes to showing being on the side of a mountain. That actually looks dangerous. If we go to snow, that's pretty much it. If we go to style, this is going to change the outline here, where my miles per hour is down here and stuff like that. So if we go to classic, is that the highest one? Yeah, that's the highest one. We go to classic, that's what classic looks like. If we go back into sport and road off, which I believe they mean off-road. God bless them, right? They try. And then that's it. That's all we got. Yeah, that's all we got. Road off, sport, classic. Let's go into the menu that I normally have it on, which is sport. I do not know this menu very well, as you guys can hear me clicking on stuff, trying to, there we go. Cool, we'll come back to that until I can figure this thing out. So vehicle settings, trip A, B, odometer, trip A, trip B, You guys can see it changing down there in the bottom right-hand side. Hide, trip A, back to B, and then hide. The gyro calibration, that's just what you do when you know that you're on level ground. You will calibrate it by clicking the VR button, which it acts like an OK button. Hill start assist is off. I wouldn't really touch that. The Jeep, even though it says hill start assist is off, I can tell you that mine is actually still on. And hill start assist essentially just lets you take your foot off the brake, and it won't roll backwards until after, several seconds. Lamps with wipers, that just means that whenever you turn your headlights on, that the windshield wipers will wipe. Remote unlock all, that's for unlocking all of your doors. Driver door, all driver door, right. Auto unlock, that's just whenever you put your vehicle in park, it automatically locks the doors. So I'm in drive now. I will lock the doors and then I'll go into park. Nothing happens. Cool. So I guess that's not working. Good to know. Moving on. Lock with flash is on. Yeah, that just means your parking lights will turn on whenever you lock the vehicle or unlock. Your parking lights will flash twice. Key turn on lamp. I have no idea what that is. Key off power delay. I think that's for your accessories. I haven't touched it. Lamp off delay 30 seconds. That just means how long it's going to take for your headlights to turn off after you've turned the vehicle off. I think that's what that means. Yeah, back to return. So that's all for vehicle settings. System settings, and I think that's it. And then there's exit. So system settings here. Language, yeah, you've got Chinese, Spanish, English. I'm not going to get into that one. Generic, I don't know what this is. Oh, yeah, this changes the screen brightness during the day and the screen brightness at night. For some reason, my night shows 10% and my day shows 10%. And that's not true, because if I turn my headlights off, watch how bright this gets. It gets much brighter. Now you can't tell that well because my camera has an automatic ISO turned on. So for some reason the day brightness 10%, the night brightness 10%. Yeah, well, couldn't tell you what that's about. Mode should automatically change night to day, day to night, but it doesn't. Let's go up here. Vehicle color is red. That's also not true, but at least you know that you guys can change that. Blue, green, yellow. I originally had mine on white. Back to red, black, white. Again, I want to point out that I'm pretty sure that's a Jeep JL, right? Yeah, that's a Jeep JL. You can tell by the vent on the fender. So it's comical. I got this thing to kind of clean up the interior, make it a little bit more refreshed, make it look as if it's a newer model. I do like it, but as you can tell, this thing has got some quirks in it. Suddenly the mode has changed to auto. Whatever. Going up, let's go back up to day brightness is 100% now. So yeah, as you can tell, this thing is kind of a little quirky, right? Factory, oh gosh, okay, I think I remember this. I think this factory code is 01, oh god, I did the wrong button. Go back up. Factory 016 and 8, I think. Let's see if I'm right. Let's go to OK. Yeah, I'm right. So here's where you can change your odometer. Currently mine's at 11,323. That's what I moved it over to. I don't drive this thing a lot. Main tank in liters is set to 80 liters, and that's essentially equivalent to how many gallons that this Jeep Wrangler's got. You can change that. So if I move to the GenRight fuel tank that I think holds 32 gallons, if I'm not mistaken, if I was to put a different fuel tank in here, I can change how many liters. You can of course change that to gallons if you're in the United States. But you can change that, which is really great. And then your sub tank for some of those, so for some of you that have a secondary tank, you can do that too. Vehicle mode is Jeep. You can change that to show different, like now it's in a patrol. You can see how it's changed up here. 2018 Pajero. Maserati. Cool. Yeah, so an Infiniti. And back to Jeep, which for some reason has changed my Jeep to red. Gotta love it. Let's go and return. version just shows you the version that it's on, which in this case, it looks like it's on a July version 4.7. I would be curious to see if they have an update. And the reason why I say that is because for some reason mine will flash, or not flash, mine will wipe the windshield wipers on rare occasion, and then it'll honk the horn on rare occasion. And by rare, I mean it's really, really rare that it does that. But, you know, some food for thought, it's got some bugs. And I'd be curious if a new update, if they have a new update, if that would fix that. MCU update, of course, it's got a USB cable that's attached to the back of this thing that I've ran over here to my glove box. So if they have an update, which I should reach out to them to see if they do, I'm able to click OK here on MCU update. I put in the code that's needed, and then it'll flash the update. How do I go back? MCU update and return. Oh, I think there is one other setting here in factory that is 0, 1, 6, and then I think this one's 9 from what they told me. Is that right? If my memory serves me right. Yeah. Front tire exchange, I don't know what that is. Rear tire exchange, no idea what that is. Tire pressure's off. Steering angle is on. Startup on. I think that's just the boot animation. I think that's what that is. Let's go back up. Steering angle, I might as well turn that off because I don't ever use steering angle. I don't know why anybody would. Refueling, I don't know what that does. Eco on or off. Yeah, I can turn that off. I don't really care for eco. Date and time, I also don't care for the date and time to be on. Yeah, again, time, I don't care. Meter exchange, I think that the meter exchange is for the fuel tank, maybe? Now you'll notice that my fuel tank down here is pointing to the passenger side, and that's not true. Mine's on the driver's side. I think whenever I changed the style, it must have changed where the fuel indicator is. Meter exchange, dude, I don't know what that does. What did that do? Meter exchange. Oh, okay, I see. It moved the RPM to the right. Yeah, see, so RPM goes to the right. Miles per hour comes over here to the left. Okay, good to know. Let's see here, door info, yeah. Oh yeah, I had it on at one point, and door info, so when I open the door, it'll pop up. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Door info on. And now, yeah, see, so it pops up an indicator showing which door is open. To me, that was kind of annoying, so I turned mine off. Compass is on. Yeah, I guess that's cool. I've left it on. Trip unit is in miles per hour. You can change that to show kilometers per hour. Your tank position, yeah, see, mine shows on the right, and that's not true. It's on the left. Now you can see here, it's moved the indicator to show that it's on the driver's side. And that's really good for someone that's, you know, driving your vehicle that doesn't know which side it's on. They can look at a glance, like most vehicles show an arrow to tell you which side of the vehicle to fuel up on. Exterior temperature, that's on. That just tells you the ambient temperature outside. Gyro calibration, again, I don't really care, so I'm just gonna turn that off. Temperature unit, I think this is where you change it to Fahrenheit. Yeah, see, Celsius, Fahrenheit, that's what the temp unit does. Reverse alarm, that's annoying. The reverse alarm makes a crazy beep whenever you have the vehicle in reverse, so I turn mine off. SWC key, I don't know what that does. None. SWC key, none. Cool, I have no other options except for none, so that's good to know. Return. Let's exit, and let's change my style to what I had previously. My style was previously on sport, is that right? Yeah, it was on sport. And then I had a white Jeep. So anyway, you guys get the idea. That's a run through of all the menu items that are on this thing. I'm going to show you guys the what happens when you turn the vehicle off. It shows the boot down animation. Let's go ahead and show that now. And that's it. It just shows the Jeep, and then it goes black here shortly. You can kind of tell I've got some LCD bleed on the bottom left-hand side. See that right there? Well, it's gone now. You can see it on when the screen's black. Yeah, like right now. See that little LCD light bleed in the bottom left? And I can't tell you that all of everything that you guys just saw light up like a Christmas tree around here, those do in fact work. When I go into four-wheel drive, when I go into ABS off, like if I want to do donuts in the snow, for example, and I turn off my ABS with JScan, I can show you guys what JScan looks like here. I've got JScan set up on my Joying head unit. If you guys are interested in this head unit, take a look at my channel. I review this head unit. This is my favorite head unit. Out of all the head units that I've tried, this is the one to get. So with JScan, I'm able to turn off my ABS and traction control, and that allows me to do donuts and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm getting off the subject of this head unit. I'm gonna change this Jeep to white. But yeah, that's a rundown, guys. My parking brake's on. If I turn the parking brake off, it turns off the light. So that works. The headlight indicator is green. Now it's off because I turned my headlights off. Headlights are back on. Everything works and functions like it's supposed to. If you guys have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I will leave a link in the description of where I got this LCD head unit at, or the LCD instrument cluster at. And I'll also leave a link of where I got my head unit. But yeah, check out my channel. I've got a lot of other stuff that you guys are interested in. If you like stuff like this, then you're gonna like the other things that I've got on my channel. So stay tuned.